presidential candidates aren't required to release their tax returns.
But since 1976, they pretty much all have.
Donald Trump is the only presidential candidate, Republican or Democrat, that hasn't released any information. And his reasons keep changing. First, it was about Hillary Clinton's emails.
Getting any closer to releasing your tax returns?
Well, I'm thinking about it. I'm thinking about maybe when we find out the true story on Hillary's emails. You know, I've been saying that for a while.
A few months later, it was about their sheer complexity.
Well, we're working on that now. Very big returns, as you know, and I have everything all approved and very beautiful, and we'll be working on that over the next period of time.
Trump even tweeted a picture of him signing a tax return, his way of showing how huge his tax returns are. Next came the audit excuse.
I will absolutely give my return, but I'm being audited now for 2 or 3 years. Until my audit is finished, very simple, you're not going to see anything.
You never give a tax return when you're being audited.
Actually, there's no legal reason Trump can't release the document, but he is shielding himself from additional scrutiny. Outside experts can find red flags, and the IRS could choose to look at those issues in addition to the ones they're already looking at. And he can always release the tax returns that aren't being audited.
Plus, there's precedent. Richard Nixon released his tax returns when he was under audit in 1973.
Finally, Trump says, what's the hurry here? He argues that Mitt Romney didn't release his tax returns till a month before the general election.
It was 2012. It was exactly September 21st. And that's when he gave his tax return.
Not entirely true. Romney released some information, including his 2010 tax returns in January of 2012. Then, under pressure from Democrats, he released his 2011 tax return in September. It was a complicated return, and voters found out that Romney only paid about 14% in taxes. He was labeled an elitist, and it helped sink his campaign. So, are we ever going to see Donald Trump's taxes? Does Trump's reluctance to release them mean there's some hidden bombshell?
But there is no bombshell at all, other than I pay a lot of tax and the government wastes the money. With that being said, I pay as little as possible, I will tell you that.
Maybe someday we'll find out just how much, but probably not before the election. In an interview with the Associated Press, Trump says he doesn't expect to release them before November. He also said there's, quote, nothing to learn from them. But shouldn't the American public decide?